What's up, guys? My name's Jamal Squirrel.
My name's Ron Gaddis.
And we are the Wannabe Woo podcast, bringing the latest and greatest gaming anime news, reviews, and waifus for life. This is episode 17.
17, like we promised. Here we are at Acen 2018 with Matthias.
Hey, what's up?
Kenizo.
Yeah, I'm back.
Kneezy Beezy.
Hey.
He's back from the last podcast, our very first hentai podcast.
Yep.
Yeah.
We're going to try to tone it down a little bit, since we're trying to be family friendly, just for today. Just for this week.
I mean, we also have to consider that the way we're recording it right now, really anyone could walk up and say anything at any moment. I guess we could edit it out, but...
Nah, not really. I'm not planning on doing that.
Oh, well...
I'm a lazy piece of shit, that's why.
You'll get that raw footage right here. But how's the con been for you, Matthias?
It's been pretty
We'll
nice.
start with you first.
You know, a lot Pokemon Go mostly. You know, cosplaying. It's pretty cool. I just got out of my cosplay actually as Leorio from Hunter x Hunter. That was pretty cool. And then originally I had done a duo cosplay with Jamel here. We were Slav troopers.
Oh yeah.
Right.
We're trying to go with like the meme lords of Star Wars and crap like
Cool.
that.
It was like Thug Stormtrooper. That was interesting. We got a lot of people really like that, including myself.
Yeah. Well, to my understanding, was it Jomel that originally came up with the idea?
It was Jamel.
Yeah, originally I was by myself actually.
Yeah.
I went to C2E2 with that some odd years ago, and I believe last year's Acen as well, at 2017. Now, if the reason I sound different at the moment is because I lost my voice, mainly due because of last night's Fauna concert, where
That's
I was
F''HANA.
No, it's FHA with an accent NA. It's all one word.
Oh.
Educate yourself, Duran.
Well, why did you said F Hana before?
Well, no, I only assumed that just because I just assumed that's how it was pronounced.
You see him making assumptions and then leading us all to ruin?
Are you assuming my hearing right now?
I'm assuming you're hearing right now, Jomel. Are you offended? Because you should be.
I am offended, actually.
Good.
But as I was saying, I lost my voice just because I completely was going mental at the concert, doing the usual shouts of hey, hey, hey,
Yeah.
and being like a degenerate as usual by trying to speak Japanese without any context of the actual language itself.
Well, I mean, she did ask you if you knew any.
Well, she asked the audience if we all knew.
And I can only imagine it was just a collective cringe.
Depending who you were and if you participated.
The majority.
I guess. We were in the middle of all of it, so
Exactly.
it was a interesting experience, if I do say so myself.
That's good. Personally, I just got here today myself.
Yeah, you got
earlier
here
this
day
morning.
2, huh?
Day 2 of the con. I unfortunately didn't get a chance to get here the first day
Or day 0.
because I had work.
You gotta make a living somewhere.
Yeah, got to make a living. Anime doesn't pay for itself.
Not a lot of things do, actually.
Well, that is true. But you can't buy love.
Oh no, you're wrong with that one. You totally buy love.
No, you can use money to make love. Well, I don't know, maybe.
You can use money with a lot of stuff.
You're right. You're absolutely correct. But today's been pretty good. Last podcast we talked about a lot of our experiences with cons, but unfortunately Matthias wasn't there. So you want to give us a heads up on how your past experience with not just Acen, but with different conventions in general, if you've been to them?
Any kind of
I
really.
was at 2 other conventions other than Acen. One of them was it was a startup convention over at a college. It was over at Anthony's college or
Oh
something.
wait, no, I remember that. I went with you with that.
Yeah.
It wasn't his college though. It was at a local town. No.
Yeah, it was all right. It wasn't anything to like be excited about. But there's a lot of people that I ended up meeting over here from that convention.
Really?
So that was really cool. Yeah, over when I was doing the JoJo's Bizarre Adventures
Cosplay?
cosplay.
Yeah,
that was
yeah.
really cool. And other than that, I was over at Con Alt Delete.
Oh, how was that? I've never
once.
been.
It's a lot smaller, but it's like if you wanted to go to Acen and not worry about a crowd, right?
Oh.
I gotcha.
So it's not as much stuff going on, but you get to breathe more often. You know what I mean? Quite literally. Because it gets really musky in here.
Oh, it's getting musky under here. You don't get much chance to breathe in this
No.
But I wear it because I self-identify
Now,
as a fool.
Now, for context, for you listeners out there, Jerron here is actually wearing a Cthulhu yarn mask thing, which is inhibiting his breathing and any other physical forms of living.
Yep.
Of anything.
But I'm gonna keep it on even when we go to the rave because, memes.
Yeah.
Like those cool kids down in Jersey. You know the ones, Joe Mel.
No, I don't actually.
I don't.
Oh, you guys want to tell them what happened over at the rave earlier tonight?
Oh yeah, so 30 minutes into the rave. This is a side before we get into what we actually meant to talk about. But 30 minutes into the rave for today, because at Acen, if you didn't know, day 1 and day 2, so that's Friday night and Saturday night, there's always a rave. I don't know what happened during the first one. Well, that was the F-Hana concert, right?
Oh no, the final concert was in the evening, like 6 p.m., 6:30.
Gotcha.
Up until like 9. So that was sort of like that's like at the evening event.
Gotcha.
And then there's the late night event, which was originally Synergy was supposed to perform, but Acen tweeted out that they were canceled and they had someone to replace it later on the night.
Oh, okay.
And we actually had a reverse ambulance visit for the night as well.
Ooh, really?
Yeah. We had an ambulance truck and a fire truck.
I actually saw a meme about that saying that the best cosplay for today was the ambulance.
Probably on the fire truck too.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go on, John. You're explaining.
So for today, the second rave, about 30 minutes into its beginning, they caught about 4 people having sex in the corner.
Jesus Christ.
I mean, you gotta understand, it's as much as a rave as a lot of people can get to, so they go all out. I mean,
they do as they can, I guess.
They do as they can. A lot of people are honestly hopped up on drugs and stuff.
Yeah.
We don't want to make that assumption, but
well, I mean, you can go there. Don't take any of the mints anyone offers you. Which leads me into our subject. We want to talk about how you can survive possibly your first day at a con, or maybe you've already had your first day, but you didn't really get much from it, like I did for my first time.
Yeah, you didn't do shit last year.
No,
your first time.
No, my first year, I didn't do shit. How do you want to start that off, Joe? I'm drawing a blank right now.
Well, we're just talking about the do's, don'ts, and probably some advice on surviving a con in the first place. Since we're in the middle of one right now.
Right, we are in the middle of one right now.
Okay, for one thing, we can start off with like basic stay. Now, if you're coming out of state, you can do what I did and reserve a hotel a good year in advance, like what I did. I reserved my room in this hotel, in my hotel room around July of last year.
Mm-hmm.
So
yeah, you absolutely have to do that. Otherwise, the prices will start getting jacked up real quick.
Yeah, but you could also wait for those specific. There was an Acen hotel block openings, but I myself tried doing that one time and I failed miserably. I was not quick enough, and I was not even quick enough to book one room at all.
Jesus Christ!
I mean, I already had my room like reserved and everything. I just wanted to see if I could even try to get into one of the Acen blocks.
Right.
And I was pretty much not successful.
SOL completely.
Nope,
yeah.
just locked out completely. So, and that was during like September. Mm-hmm. That's when they opened up, September 1st, that's when they opened up the hotel blocks for Acen.
Right.
When September ended?
No, that's September 1st.
When September ends?
You mean the Chris Daughtry song?
Yes.
September never ends. That's why you missed your shot. Matthias is playing Pokemon Go and he's awful at it.
But
I'm trying.
As far as the hotel goes, I'll recommend, a good year in advance of reserving, and then not just like, there's one con. If you go to any con that's not anime related, I would suggest if you're staying and if you would like to stay, reserve.
Make sure you definitely reserve, as he said, well early, because otherwise you're going to be either commuting or sitting on the street, and trust me, you're going to want to shower.
Oh yeah.
And that's our second point: shower. Because once it's all fun and games, but remember, you got to take care of yourself as a human being. Because no one wants to bask in your 3-day funk.
Then again, though, there's no obligations. You are obligated to do what you think is best, right?
No.
I'm trying to play the good cop.
There is no obligation here. Do it or we hate you. Everyone around knows you smell, so fix it. Deodorant helps, but it does not replace a shower.
Yeah.
Isn't that what Giga once said in one of his videos?
That is exactly what Giga said in one of his episodes. But you just saying it now reminded me
Of what? Of the
episode.
Yeah.
By the way, we have no original content here, so it's okay.
No one does.
No one does, exactly. But so yeah, make sure you shower, make sure you eat. Don't just.
Oh, when you say eat, like, what do you mean by that?
Well, I mean, I guess it is only 3 days, so I guess you could just carbo load the whole time.
I mean, what do you think, Matthias?
Well, I mean, we eat Denny's like once a day, and then we load up on a 2,000 calorie meal, and then we eat over at the casino.
Yeah, that was a buffet. I mean, if you're lucky enough to like have a casino nearby, you could always do that.
But that's just an Acen thing.
I mean, you want to cover some points? Want to cover some pointers there, Matthias?
What, for cosplays?
Oh no, for cons and for
Just
cons.
surviving your first few cons.
Yeah. From the years of experience that you have gone to different cons.
I'd say probably the most important one, if you're planning to like come in the first place, is bring a cosplay.
Well, you don't have to.
Oh, but it does give you a little bit of a different viewpoint, I guess.
It should. Yeah, it certainly does.
It's a different motivator.
Right.
It's like you don't have to, but if you're gonna come, I mean, it doesn't hurt to bring something.
No, it
Because
doesn't.
everyone always appreciates what you're bringing in.
Right.
Right. Despite like even if it's like something really like small, and you worked like a few minutes on it.
Mm-hmm.
Right. Like my Leorio cosplay, I made as I got here. Right.
Mm-hmm.
So
And
I just do it.
And I bought most of mine here. I got a senpai hat, a Faku shirt, which you'll see in the beginning video, or unless you're an audio listener,
And
then you're kind of SOL. And I got my Cthulhu mask, and so that essentially just made my Weeb Cthulhu outfit.
Oh, of course. But yeah, Matthias does have a good point, though. I mean, you don't have to bring one, but sometimes, it's kind of like joining the fun and all of all the shenanigans and all that.
Exactly.
And sometimes you might even find some people cosplaying the same theme as you, same show, maybe sometimes even the same character.
Right.
I remember I ran into someone that actually was cosplaying as the exact same character, and I played off a little bit of a skit with him. It was a lot of fun. Yeah, it was Okabe from Steins Gate.
But yeah, you can definitely, since again we're all like-minded here, we're generally all here for the same thing.
Yeah.
Unless you're just here for the rave, but that's neither here nor there.
No.
But
We're all here for different reasons.
we're all here for different reasons, but in general we understand each other. So don't be afraid to interact with others. I mean, you don't have to be that guy that gets all up in people's business,
Yeah.
but it's a friendly atmosphere, so don't be afraid. One thing that I do recommend about cosplays is don't worry about what you're cosplaying.
Like accuracy and all that?
You don't have to be, like you said, you don't have to be accurate. It doesn't have to be a big thing. Just as long as you feel like you're representing your whatever fandom you're into, people are gonna know.
Yeah, that or they'll ask sometimes.
Or they'll ask, or they'll take your picture, whichever.
Yeah, like sometimes you'll be wearing something and they'll take a picture and ask you, oh, what is this? And then you can like explain to them, like,
Right.
oh, this is such and such from this show. And like, oh, that's pretty cool. And then you just made yourself an interaction there, maybe even a friend.
Right.
Or a drug buddy. I don't know.
I mean, we try to avoid the drugs. You do your best.
We try to have fun here, right?
Right. Don't have illegal fun.
Well, yeah. Questionable fun.
Questionable fun.
And speaking of fun, more like funds.
Yeah. Bring a lot of money.
Well, bring any.
Bring
Okay,
enough to serve. All right. So if you're planning on buying something, don't say,
talking about?
you're only gonna buy like $20 worth. No, nothing's $20 here.
John, what are you talking about? You come here to buy stuff.
Well, exactly. You come here to buy stuff. So bring, if you're at least 200 if you can manage it, 100 just to get you a few nice trinkets.
Your life savings. And maybe like your credit line.
Right. Just drop your whole credit line on one thing. Right. Bring your mom's purse. No, please don't do that.
What are you, Matthias? I know you're pretty, I guess, vocal about monetary involvement when it comes to like cons or Acen specifically.
Yeah.
Because it's I wouldn't say it's one of the most investive times of your life, but it's one of the times of the year where spending is usually a common occurrence.
You know, there's a few moments in your year in which you completely take off that inhibitor, in which you say, I'm not gonna buy any of this useless shit.
Right.
Acen is when you sort of take it off, and I did that a few years back. It was Jamel and Jamel's brother and me. We had bought around $600 worth of plastic from a mech dealer.
Pretty
right?
much, yeah.
And we were walking
Jesus.
through the roads of Chicago with mech all the way up to our heads, just holding it, hoping it wouldn't fall, right? Walking through other cosplayers, trying to get to our car.
Right.
And, you know, $600 worth of plastic, you know, that's a lot.
You hold on a little tight to it.
Yeah, but every year you learn how to, like, start it out, you know what I mean? You start out by buying a few things that you're like, oh, that's pretty good, and then you start to sort of tighten up, because everything looks nice.
Right.
You have to limit the amount of useless shit you get.
Yeah. Your temptation has to be much more controlled, I guess, if that makes any sense.
Yeah.
Or you start kind of having that feeling of needing to control yourself.
Yeah.
Right.
But that one thing I saw, the Kachachka, is that how you say it? Green bitch?
Oh, the Kshatriya.
Carrot cake.
Yeah. That thing, I saw it and I was like, I don't care what that price is. We were here like maybe 4 years ago and we saw one and we've only ever seen one.
Yeah.
And we fucking got it. There were like 7 this year. I was like, what the hell?
How much was it?
Crazy. It was like $45.
Not too bad. It's a big kit.
I've never seen it online.
Really?
Like, I mean, it was a long time when I was trying to find it, but I've never actually seen it online other than like an Asian dealer, and I don't fuck with that.
You know,
Oh, yeah, that's questionable.
yeah,
I mean,
you
the
never
maid
know
outfit,
what you
from an Asian dealer, and that didn't work out. I didn't get it.
yeah. Explain that, because it sort of leads into like the cosplay thing.
Yeah.
If you want to cosplay, you gotta make sure that if you're buying stuff, you gotta make sure that it comes on time.
Yeah.
That's right.
I mean, you for one had a first-hand experience of it.
Yes. So the thing is, when you want to cosplay, it's great. But when you start ordering from like third-party users, right, from Craigslist or on Amazon, some of the websites, some of the users who sell things on Amazon, they'll be individual sellers, right? So whenever you deal with those kinds of things, they'll say that shipment takes at least 2 months or so, right? So not only do you need to order way in advance, you also need to have a backup, because I've ordered from third-party dealers on Amazon maybe 7 or 8 times, and of those 8 times, 2 of those items never came in. So the ratio on that is not good at all.
Were you able to get your money back?
Yeah.
Oh, thank goodness.
Amazon's really good with that. They always side
Okay.
with the buyer.
Right.
So that's great. I'm not sure about other websites. Sometimes you have to work it out with the third party.
Yeah.
But usually Amazon's just like, nah, you're good.
Yeah, pretty much. Full refund, we'll cover it for you. You wouldn't need to.
It was really disappointing because we were going to do a Rem and Ramu.
Yeah, we're gonna do like a
Cosplay.
buff Ram and Ram.
Yeah, that would have been
Quote
really
unquote
cool.
buff.
Yeah, I'm not that buff anymore. I'm pretty accurate. But it would have been cute. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Could like jump around in a skirt.
I mean, we had a whole setup too.
Yeah.
And even though I was the latest, I was the one that was completely late with the game. I got mine first, like both my wig and also my maid outfit. So, and it was, I don't know, it was disappointing because we had a plan, but it never went through. So just like what Matthias said, always be prepared.
Yeah.
And even though Matthias was able to get it within 2 months,
What up?
he still wasn't able to make it on time because of I guess life and how certain things work in shipping environments and just really bad luck, I guess.
Yeah. I mean, Jamel got his though, so I mean.
I bought it from the same dealer too, which is odd. It's the most weirdest thing.
They were probably like, it's probably the same shipment from Chicago, right? Because we both live in Chicago.
Yeah, I don't know. I think you work in shipping, and I think there's a thing with names and addresses that should be a thing to consider.
It depends who's shipping it, but yeah, it usually comes down to who's shipping it.
Yeah.
UPS is different.
I mean, I don't know how UPS operates. I know personally I've never ordered anything for cosplay because one, normally I don't have enough money to put towards it. I've recently started, I guess, living my life so that I can actually have money to do stuff. In the past, I never was able to. So now, what were you saying, Matthias? I lost my train of thought.
I was talking about packaging systems over at UPS.
Right.
Like getting your shit on time.
Yeah.
Right. Getting it on time.
UPS is pretty good with organizing the shit, so it goes to the right state and whatnot. So like different centers all over the United States cover the East, Central, and then the West. Depending on whether or not you're shipping from China. It'll come over in a plane or it'll come over in shipment. It'll be diverse through a huge system. It's sorted automatically, but it's cool. It's sort of something you just have to sort of see.
Well, there you go. There's a little inside look to UPS.
Yeah. It's not something.
And if you want to work there, applications are down below. No, I'm not gonna put any
it's
application.
hard. I wouldn't suggest it.
But yeah, so always make sure that you have enough money to afford, food, your cosplay, any items that you're definitely gonna buy while you're here.
Oh wait, there he is. Look, we got our male rem.
If you're on a budget, then you gotta make sure that you plan for the food. You gotta make sure you plan for what you're gonna think you're gonna buy.
Right.
You gotta
let's
plan
break
for
it
your
down.
cosplay. You gotta plan for when you're gonna fucking take a piss.
All right,
let's break it down right now. We have all the time in the world.
That is true. So let's look at Acen for example. So we're fortunate enough to have Acen essentially pretty close to Chicago. I mean, it's in Chicago, at the Hyatt Regency Hotel.
And the Rosemont Stephen East Convention Center.
Right, exactly. So we have plenty of restaurants. There's casinos close by that you can eat at.
The hotel has some restaurants in of itself as well.
Right, exactly. So food-wise, we're generally okay. We have a lot of options, but at the same time...
Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to cut you off.
Yeah,
There's also
go ahead.
food trucks as well.
Really? I didn't see any of the food trucks.
Yeah, there were some signs over there. And also they announced that they were having food trucks this year as well.
So I would say for the full weekend, you obviously have to have breakfast, lunch, and dinner. I mean, I understand if you skip breakfast.
I mean, at least eat once a day.
I understand if you miss the most important meal of the day.
Well...
Excuse me.
Well, I don't know about once a day, Joe Mel. I mean, I guess some people are like that. But let's assume you can get at least twice a day.
Okay, so I eat every 6 hours or so?
Plan to spend at least, $12 a meal. Not at least.
Oh, that's...
I mean, where are you going to go, really?
Every meal, I've spent way more than $12.
Well, yeah, but depending on where you go. So, example, if you go to Denny's, you don't have to spend $12. But it's still pretty close to that.
Yeah.
So I guess I don't want to say at least $10. At the very least, $8, unless you know where to go.
I tend to indulge though, so mine is like 25.
Yeah,
Like 2 meals right there.
We literally just came back from the what hotel was that?
Oh no, it was the Rivers Casino.
The Rivers Casino.
9 Rivers.
9 Rivers Casino. We went to their buffet, and normally per person the meal's $33.
Normally, but we had like a 10% discount.
Yeah, so we got off with 29. Yeah, big fucking discount.
We got $3 worth of savings there, my friend.
$3 worth of
But
nothing.
No, but drinks were added part of it,
Yeah.
Coke, water, cranberry, orange juice. That's included in the $30.
The food was good as hell though.
Oh yeah.
But again, if you're on a budget, stay away.
Yeah.
I mean, couldn't you say most con food is going to be expensive in
Yeah,
general?
it's definitely going to be expensive, so you have to plan for that. In terms of buying your cosplay, know exactly what you want. If you have friends that do it, make sure you try to buy generally where they buy, if they say it's reliable. And if you don't know where to get anything from, what do you suggest, Joe Mel? Since I haven't.
What, if you have no sources of food?
No, I'm saying we're past food. I was talking about buying cosplay material for the first time.
Oh, buying cosplay material?
Yeah.
We segued from food to cosplay?
Well, I was saying it's part of the whole budgeting.
Oh, budgeting?
We talked about budgeting your food, but now you have to budget your cosplay if you're going to do it. I'm sorry, I'm bouncing some tape.
You're bouncing a cock ring?
Yeah, they can probably hear all that.
I'm sorry about that. You definitely could hear that.
But so if we're talking about budgeting, and for as far as cosplay goes, if you're gonna be making cosplay, well, one first, think about what you want to cosplay as, and also from that general idea, think about what, or more like how many types of materials would it take that would, I guess, complete the cosplay,
Right.
and also how many cosplays you plan on doing per day or during the day.
Some people you go with two, one for the first, or I guess three, one for the first day, second and third, and so on. Maybe you'll just do it for two, the first and second, and focus on buying for the rest of the day.
Some people do like 3 different ones per day.
Per day, yeah.
I've seen people like post up their lineup where it's like they have one for the morning, the afternoon, and then rave, and then they
rave
have a
time, yeah.
rave cosplay, which is insane. But budgeting wise, I'd stick to something simple that you think you can pull off with, whatever budget you have, which is like maybe a $50 to $70 budget.
Right.
You know,
I'm sure you can find a wig online that's relatively cheap.
wig online, maybe I'm going off of a limb here. Maybe like a Dragon Ball Z T-shirt or something, you know, and then you can like play in the part of like being in universe and all that.
Right. But I guess if you're planning on making it from scratch, you have to know where you're gonna buy your fabric, your sewing equipment, all that kind of stuff.
Well, sometimes I'm fortunate enough to have my own sewing equipment.
Yeah.
So all I really need if I ever want to make cosplay is fabric.
Right.
Fabric and like some material like buttons, Velcro, zippers, all that good stuff.
Where do you usually get that stuff at?
Your local fabric stores like Joann Fabrics.
That's a good point.
There's the
Not sponsored.
not sponsored. I feel like we have to like mention that just because we don't want to be in trouble with these big brand names.
Let's just say, future reference, we're probably not sponsored by anyone unless we say it at the very beginning.
Indeed. So other than Joann Fabrics, the one that's next to my house is what is it? It's Michael's arts and crafts store. Sometimes you can even get some good stuff or good finds at like your local thrift shop, or your Goodwill or your Ross, or your like kind of like a buy used shops, or like a pawn shop or something. Oh, I don't know about pawn shop.
Well, I mean, sure. I mean, we went to a panel just today that this lady was talking about just throwing together throwing together a cosplay however you really want it, as long as it works. For example, she got this, I think it was a green dress that was a little bit too small for her, so she cut into it a little bit so that it would fit well. And for the drapes on the arm, she literally used tablecloth just to make it fit because they had the same color and she needed that amount of fabric. So it's literally whatever you can get your hands on to use. So don't be afraid to improvise.
I mean,
if you have
there's
to.
a YouTuber called like Low Budget like Cosplays.
Yeah, I remember hearing about them.
And he throws together cosplay with like $5, and it'll look really ratchet, but you take pride.
You take pride in the fact.
Because you took the time to make it.
Right, exactly.
And like the weeks, like our buddy Z-Man.
Yeah.
Shout out to Z-Man, #Z-Man. I don't know his Twitter, but he probably has one.
I imagine.
He's a cosplayer friend of ours, also a co-worker with Matthias.
Yeah.
I was talking to him about his cosplay. He cosplayed as All Might this year.
Yeah.
One of his cosplays. And he took about 2 weeks, and he was telling me how it gets easier every time he makes a new one. But you also know something more about him, right? I mean, you know more about him than I do, if anything.
He is driver every year. He does a cosplay for himself and his entire family. He'll make something out for every single one.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
Last year he was an individual from, what was it? Starts with a G, really popular.
Gundam?
No, it's like #1 on like my anime list. Gintama. There we go.
Oh,
Gintama,
Gintama. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So he was the.
He was a hobo. He was a hobo.
Oh.
Character. I don't know if you may know him, Duran.
I haven't watched Gintama.
No. Okay. Well, for those of you who watch Gintama, he cosplayed as the hobo character in that show.
Mm-hmm. Then the rest of his family were characters from Overwatch, Tracker, and
What?
Tracer.
What?
I think someone else.
What? What'd you say?
What?
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 Overwatch.
Yeah. Tracker?
Tracker.
My favorite character.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I was like.
Tracer, you fucking.
Oh, there we go. Yeah, I don't play Overwatch.
Fair enough.
I play League of Legends.
I mean, it's bad, so.
I mean, it is for the best of the worst.
Is it the worst of the worst?
Now, expanding from budgeting though,
Yeah.
I want to segue back into rooms, hotels in general.
Yeah.
Because going by yourself to cons it's a different experience. You can also you have your own freedom.
That's true.
But going with friends also makes a big difference.
Right. As I explained before, I went by myself the first time, and I didn't have that great of a time. Minus, buying a couple things, and I guess checking out 1 or 2 panels.
I mean, you did meet up with some of your friends though.
I did briefly. Like I said, I only was able to hang out with them for about an hour, and I was there for most of the day. So, honestly, you gotta go with you should go with other people. One, because it makes getting hotels cheaper.
Yeah, you can split the difference amongst everyone that's part of the lot.
And if you don't want to go buy restaurant food, you can all pitch together and get a bunch of make a bunch of sandwiches, get a bunch of pop, whatever, pizza.
Or, beer, ramen, and that's all you need.
Right, exactly. Just beer. You don't need anything else.
Just go
straight vodka.
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 I mean, we already have a lot of drinking going on. If you're above the age of 21,
if you're above the age, do as you will.
Please drink responsibly.
Yeah, there you go.
We're not trying to endorse heavy drinking and also underage drinking.
Exactly. No underage drinking, please.
That also kind of brings up a good point too.
What?
Like if you're a minor and you want to go to con.
Oh yeah. Well, I mean, there's still a lot to offer at a con for minors. Because, for example, again, while we're here, we might as well rep it. Acen often has an arcade they have like Smash Brothers, they have a ton of indie games, they have a bunch of Dance Dance Revolution, a bunch of different rhythm games. They even have those what are those mech battle ones?
Oh yeah, the Gundam arcade games.
Yeah, you get inside of a little pod, and you essentially control the mech as if you were in the pod, in the actual driver's seat. I've played it once, I think the last time I was here, and it was amazing.
Are you drawing a blank there, my friend?
No, I was waiting for you to talk about your experience with it. Have you not played it?
No, I haven't. I've been wanting to play it.
Really?
Yes, I was lining up last night, but the thing is there were other things going on. And the line kind of kept growing as it went. But I still want to play it. But I was also going to mention there's also there's actually also kid panels as well.
Oh yeah, that's true. There are.
Like I've never really seen. I guess I never paid attention since I've gone since high school, and I was sort of age at the time.
Yeah.
So, but I mean, if you're a minor, like even as a kid, I mean,
don't go to the rave.
I mean, I don't even think you're allowed to go to the rave.
You're probably not.
But. Y'all hear that, folks? She's got a basketball game.
Lots of fanfare here. Lots of relaxing and having a good time.
And that's why we're recording out in the lobby, because
trying to get the raw footage.
Like the raw environment of how Acen is like, the life of the weekend.
Exactly. It's essentially the weekend club. How you doing, sir?
We got our first visitor here.
We are the Wanna Be a Boo podcast. Would you like to say a few words for us?
Oh shit!
Okay.
Oh, look at that. We got a good old guy here.
Sure thing. Come on in here.
We got our first guest in here. All right, you come in right between here, speak clearly into the mic, and
so what are you guys doing exactly? Okay.
We're doing we're an up and coming podcast, anime podcast.
We're going 18 weeks strong. This is our 17th episode, and we're just talking about cons and kind of surviving your first con. Like, you got any tips, tricks, or advice for
yes. I would say definitely, you know what I mean. When you go to cons, is your podcast like PG? Or,
No, we're fine.
We're pretty raw.
Say whatever you want.
Okay. When you go to your first con, I'm not gonna lie, go there because you want to have fun, not because of the room parties, because you know you like the cosplay, you like the nerdy cultures. As I say, we're all nerds here. Why are we fighting about? What are we fighting about?
Exactly.
So go have fun. You know, don't worry about the room parties. They'll come if they come. You know, ladies, men, whoever it is. You know what I mean? Have fun. You know, go in there because you like what you like. The rest will follow. You know.
Exactly.
It's a weekend to remember.
Exactly.
Weekend to remember. And you know, my first con made me very happy. Not gonna lie. So what I want, you know, what my goal is to, you know, spread that joy, give it back to the community.
Hey, I
you know
feel
what
that
mean?
right there.
By giving back those positive vibes.
And how many years have you been attending cons, or specifically, how did Acen start off with Acen?
Acen?
Yeah, like what? How many years have you been going to Acen so far?
4 or 5 years around there.
Yeah.
I remember one guy. Another tip. Even though it's your first con, you know, try to be friendly to everybody because you never know, you know, that might come back to you and you might have to pay it forward.
Right.
But, you know, my first con, I didn't know anybody. I didn't know about the room parties. You know, I liked the rave. It was fun, but I enjoyed more the cosplays. And then after that, you know, I started making friends. You know, we started connecting. But definitely, you know, go in there because, you know, you like cosplay. You like all the fandom. Definitely do that.
Right, we certainly feel that. Can we get your name?
Yeah, you got a name there, my friend?
Yes, my name is Octavio, aka Machete, aka El Profesor.
You got a Twitter, you got Instagram. We'll boost you up, my friend.
Ooh,
Come on, links down below. Just say it, and we got links down below, my friend.
all I would say is, you know, if you want to know about the friendliness, you know, join the Acen group on Facebook, unofficial Acen
I'm actually
group.
a part of that.
I am as well.
Yeah.
Well, you know, like I said, I don't like the humble brag or whatever. You know, I'm a simple man, but I'm one of the mods. But, you know, join in there or search up Machete on Instagram, Machete Prod, as in, you know, production. You know, look it up. But this is not about me. This is about you guys. It's about the fans.
All right.
But, yeah,
Well-
of course. Thank you again so much.
No,
man.
Thank you for
thank you,
talking
thank
with
you.
us.
You know, best of luck, gentlemen. Like I said, keep working hard. You'll get there. Little by little.
Certainly
we don't
will.
do baby steps. We do ant steps.
There you go.
There we go.
All right.
Take care, gentlemen.
Take it easy.
Well, there we go.
All right.
I mean, that's about as simple as it gets, really.
It really is. But I did want to hit on. Shoot,
Was it something that Machete said?
yes. It was.
Rave parties, don't worry about the parties, just have fun.
Well, no, but okay. Before we go into that, that is what I want to talk about. We were talking about what kids can do while they're here.
Oh yeah.
So, like we said, there are kid panels. There's plenty of stuff for children to do. Yes, there's also quite a few 18 plus things.
Oh, yeah.
But
I mean, they're 18 plus for a reason.
well, yeah, exactly. They're 18 plus for a reason. So there's something for everyone out there. So make sure you look and you plan accordingly. And to those that want to do, like, you know, as he said, the rave itself and, you know, the hotel parties, be careful.
Oh yeah, please be careful as
Yeah.
well. I mean, we all want to encourage you guys to have fun
Right.
have fun, do as much as you can to remember the weekend. But we would want you guys to have a safe weekend as well.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it's only for a weekend. You know, you want to cherish these memories, and I guess I'm one to say and have good memories your first time around.
So make sure, you know, if you're gonna come your first time, do come with a friend, so that way you can look out for each other. If you both buy merchandise, you know, you can watch each other's back. If someone's gonna go do something, they can hold it for you or whatever. Just make sure you always stay safe, because no matter where you go, you know, you're gonna get some bullshit. You don't want to
Yeah.
fall into it.
I mean, and I guess don't really feed into the bullshit too.
Yeah, exactly.
You know, like, yeah, if things go south, just walk away. I mean, that's sort of the cliche thing to say,
Right.
but walk away. But like, don't instigate problems
Don't
or
have to-
drama.
Yo.
Don't instigate any problems.
Right.
You know, such like that.
Right. Now, unfortunately, we're not cool enough to have been invited to any, room parties.
I mean, we're sort of.
Like, sort of, by one of our buddies that's not doing anything.
I
But
mean, I think it's so counts.
no, it doesn't.
No?
No. But
You know, low key on a side segue, I got big BK man staring at me for a few seconds there.
big BK man.
Yeah, there was the Burger King. The
Oh,
BK
I didn't
King,
even
really?
notice.
I know, right? Oh, sorry about that. Sorry about that segue. But
That's all right. Let's see. What else we got? We got the food. We got cosplay. Your room and board. What else should we talk about?
I mean, have fun your first time.
Panels.
Oh yeah.
Panels. That's one important thing. Actually, one of the most important things. So, obviously, Acen's not just about the rave, and it's not just about the buying things.
And the merch and all that.
And the merch and all that. I mean, definitely support your artists and stuff and buy the merch. But there's also a lot of stuff fans just like yourself put on for other fans to enjoy. Like, for example, the panels, which range from...
I mean, there are a lot of panels.
There are a lot of different panels from, hey, do you want to learn about, like we went to one earlier, do you want to learn about how copyright works with fan works of...
Like fan fiction
and stuff like that.
Writing inspired media about a specific series that's well known.
Or you can go to a hentai panel where you voice over a hentai, or you just collectively watch one. Hopefully with
your
periodic...
with your phalluses in check.
Yeah. Keep your genitals to yourself. No one else wants to see it.
And unfortunately, none of us have experienced that. I mean, I would hope none of us have experienced a phallus moment in our life. No, Matthias? No?
Have you been to a hentai panel and someone whipped it out?
Unfortunately, I have.
Did you have?
Oh, you have yourself? Oh, okay. Well, you're a degenerate, and I hope you remember that.
Would you have, experienced it? How so? Huh?
Oh, is that like one of the pants off?
I mean,
Wait,
you want to?
Wait. There was a pants off panel.
It was just the name of it.
But someone took the pants off.
Yeah, it was more so of a wardrobe malfunction.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I thought you meant that you were the one that did it.
Oh, no. Of course
No,
not.
okay. I mean, don't.
Yeah.
And,
We don't endorse anyone to take their pants off.
right. Unless you're at that house party that calls for it, but normally don't. Keep your pants on.
I mean, there's a lot of cosplays that don't even require pants.
Yes, but there's usually also something that, you're not just out there ass naked. I mean, I guess some
it's
cosplays
debatable. It's honestly debatable.
All right, you know what? We're not shaming anyone. If you want to be nearly nude, do what you got to do.
Cosplay's about freedom, about
Cosplay is about
expression,
freedom.
what is it? The love for your hobby, I guess.
Exactly.
Or for your medium.
But that does raise another point that I do want to talk about with you guys.
What?
But before we do that, to finish up with the panels, Acen and I'm assuming most conventions have like some sort of guidebook.
Oh yeah. Your guide is your friend.
Your guide is your friend. Circle everything you want to do because you're gonna forget. You're gonna not know where anything is. I mean, this is obvious, but plan your day. Obviously, other shit's gonna happen, and you wanna maybe sit around and take pictures, but make sure you get to places on time, because a lot of places fill up real quick.
Yeah, I mean, even right now, we're recording this at midnight, and things are still going on, and it's probably gonna still go on for a while.
Yeah, well, mostly the hentai panels, but
yeah, I mean,
and the arcade.
Wait, just curious, did Matthias talk about his first Acen as well?
My first Acen, it was alright. Yeah, I was still in high school, so I didn't have the same freedom that I would have had now.
Right.
I didn't have a room. I wasn't 18 yet.
Yeah.
And I didn't have money.
Uh-huh.
So 3 things right there. Pretty bad.
It kind of makes it rough to enjoy it.
At that point, all you're doing is you're just going there and have a good time with your friends.
Right.
And you're just going to stay there most likely up until 7 or 8 and then get picked up by whomever. Uber wasn't around back then either.
That is
You
true.
sound like an old person.
It was not around, 6 years ago?
Yeah. So,
Did you go by yourself?
no, I went with a few other people.
Oh, okay.
And we all just chilled, went around. I thought it was exciting. It was my first time.
Mm-hmm.
I'd never really been in an environment where anime was so widely accepted.
It's honestly a weird thing.
Yeah, it's like being in your own country, I guess.
Yeah.
Like racism doesn't exist anymore.
Yeah.
Or in this case, social segregation.
Yeah.
I mean, in most places.
I mean, did you have any good or bad experience I mean, what was the most memorable experiences during your first time, or any memorable experience of anything out of all the years you've experienced Acen?
Out of all the years,
Yeah, like
I've experienced
most memorable.
Acen.
Yeah. Like, was there anything that stuck out? Was there anything that? Oh, we got another guest here.
How you doing, sir? How's Acen treating you? Even though you have to work.
We got all the food we can eat.
That's more than you can ask for.
For your listeners out there in context, we're talking to the IRT of Acen, which is the immediate response team. Is that right?
Yes.
This is the immediate response team, which, if you're going to your first con, always they're your friends.
They are your friends. If you need some help, go to them. They will be your saving graces. All right, you have a good one, and thank you for helping us out. You were talking about your most memorable first experience.
Or memorable
hard.
experiences in
Yeah.
It'd be hard to list my best experience, but I'll list a good experience.
Okay.
Yeah. We're open to it.
We'll get up there. We'll get to it.
So when I had first gone to Acen, I was in line, not for 30 minutes or an hour, for 3 hours. I was in line, and that was rough. That was rough. But you know what? I actually sort of liked it.
What are you lining up for?
I was in line to get a pass because
Oh, really?
I hadn't gotten it online. I just learned of Acen maybe a week or two before the convention happened. And then the person whom I was with at the time was like, hey, you should come. I was like, sure. So I ended up waiting in line for 3 hours, but I had a lot of good conversations. We talked about a lot of the stuff that we were going to do, and I was like, oh, that's pretty cool. So that's a pretty memorable moment for Acen. It's also a really good lesson, too, because every year now I'm always thinking of...
Hello there.
Oh, we have another guest here. Hello.
Welcome to the Wanna Be a Boo podcast.
Where we bring the latest and greatest game and anime news reviews and waifus for life.
I just came over to say hello to Cthulhu.
Oh, well,
well, there you
hello
go.
to you too. Praise
We're
be
good.
unto madness.
Ah, praise be unto madness. I am a good follower.
Well, I am certainly glad. It's always nice to meet a fan.
Oh, always. You guys enjoy the rest of your convention.
Thank you very much.
Certainly
You too.
will. Me and
I
you
do
too.
have this to say, Senpai did notice me.
Oh.
That's right. Yeah, that's right.
In
Have a
context,
good
we're,
one.
in context, we're both wearing senpai hats at the moment.
Yeah.
Like literally hats with the words senpai stapled onto them.
Well, not stapled. They're more like
bolted.
bolted in. Yeah. Riveted.
Riveted in. I mean, there's a video for context as well.
Yeah,
But
that's
if you're
true.
just listening in, that's what we're wearing at the moment.
But go on, Matthias. As you were saying, one of the most memorable moments in Acen is it is standing in line, because I mean, if you, like you said, if you get your stuff last minute, you're gonna be there for about 3 to 4 hours, because there's
I mean,
like some 1,000 people before you.
I mean, didn't you, Jerron, also experience the same thing? I've
Yeah,
I've never
actually I
actually
did.
experienced this phenomenon, unfortunately, or fortunately, I guess, in this context.
Yeah,
Well,
it sucks.
Again, the first time I did it, I came by myself, so it was just kind of me alone in the line with all these people I didn't know.
I
And
see.
granted, I'm a pretty shy person, despite what I might seem now. But being in a crowded area like that, just with no reference, was intimidating. But it also wasn't one of those shit the pants moments. But that's because, again, as Matthias said, you're at an anime convention. Everyone's literally here for the same reason.
Yeah.
So it's great. What about
Bad experiences?
What you got? Any bad experiences?
I mean, I know, but you and I recently started rooming together as well. I mean, I want you to take a lead in this one because you're a good outside source when it comes to what goes on sometimes.
So back to the earlier subject of when you're planning, right? Now, when you plan to get your room and you find that it is expensive to buy a room,
Yeah.
you need to invite other people.
Right.
Now,
as we said.
it's good to invite friends, right? And you think you trust these friends, but if you invite like a couple, right? Then, yeah, that's perfectly fine that you're going to split the room by 2, but you also got to think about what they're going to want to do too,
Yeah.
right? and it's all of your rooms, right? Because everyone pays the same. So when you come back and the door is locked, right?
Yeah.
Then
Like locked isn't like bolted. Like it has like the kind of swing lock over, and your key.
Yeah.
You have your key, but it's
can't
locked.
get in.
Right.
That usually means sex.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so when you go and your door is locked, and it's late at night, and you want to sleep,
Right.
and you're with a group of 7 other people, and those 2 people are just in there, and you're knocking, and no one's opening up,
Right.
I mean, you got a bunch of different emotions running through you. Sleep
Yeah.
deprivation.
and you can't sleep in the hallways too,
Yeah.
because the security was watching.
Right.
You can't sleep in the hallways, so we had to sit there and suffer.
So
This happened.
Yeah, this actually happened too.
Yeah.
yeah, they told me this story.
So you really, that's why Jamel, me, and 2 other people, we got our rooms. We didn't want to be involved with that. There's so much drama once you get involved with more than 11 or 12 people because everyone
Yeah.
wants to do their own thing. Everyone's bringing alcohol, everyone's bringing drugs.
Right.
And not all these people might not actually interact with each other that well.
Right. That's true.
So,
So usually, if you're gonna room with people, make sure they're pretty close with each other and
yeah.
with you as well.
Well, not just close, but like cool with each other.
Yeah, that too.
Like, we don't want any hidden beef that's gonna eventually, literally tear the room apart.
Right.
that was definitely rough.
That will certainly ruin that could potentially ruin the entire experience for you.
Yeah.
And you don't want that. You paid fucking upwards to $60 for your ticket. You want the full experience.
Yeah.
Not just that, but like,
Oh, and also your room.
yeah, your hotel room is a place to relax after like
Right.
a long day of walking and standing and sitting
And smelling everybody's musk,
including your own musk,
including your own.
because
If
you have to
you're-
shower as well.
Exactly.
And you can't shower in the fountain. It'd be unethical, but you can't shower there. You can't shower in the rain. You got no soap. You got
Exactly.
nothing to dry off with, and then you're just sitting there wet, musty, and apparently your room is locked, even though you also own part of that room.
Right. Now, I mean, I guess technically you could, go ask security to, intervene. And if you're the kind of person that's, forward with doing that, by all means do it, because that is a smart idea, because it's also your room. But to some, that's kind of escalating things to a certain degree, and it can make things in the room real awkward later. So, I mean, I understand why you wouldn't want to do it. I would recommend it just so that, you can get into your room that you paid for. But it's always make sure beforehand you're good with the people that you come with.
Yeah, you're living together for 3 days and
Right.
2 nights.
Right.
If it just makes things a lot easier, honestly.
Right.
I mean, Matthias, you're open to share any more experiences if you want.
You said that one wasn't your best. What was your absolute best?
My absolute best experience.
Yeah.
It was probably when I was cosplaying over as in JoJo's Bizarre Adventures.
Uh-huh.
There's something about cosplaying in a JoJo shoot, because everyone that likes JoJo's Bizarre Adventures is fucking balls deep in that shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because
That
they
you
know
are.
everything about it. They've read all the manga. They've seen all the anime. They've seen the English interpretation. They've seen the original Japanese, which aired over in the 80s or 90s. And, it had, the Kakyoin, the dub. The dub for the old one, it was so bad. It was like Kakyoin got sliced in his eyes. And then it was silver hair dude, I forgot his name, it's been such a long time, but he was like, oh no, Kakyoin, no, they got his eyes.
But in a really bad dubbing way.
Yeah.
I imagine it in that exact tone.
Yeah. So that was hilarious, and everyone knows everything about it. The cosplays are really vibrant. The poses are extremely vibrant.
They're also extreme.
And everyone's
yeah.
screaming, everyone's fucking having a good time. And yeah. JoJo, anything JoJo fan base is really cool because everyone's really cool with each other. So definitely one of my JoJo shoots. It was really up there. It was pretty cool.
Okay, well that's good.
Yeah.
How about have you been in any really cool Grandois photo shoots, Jomel?
Grand Noir photo shoots.
Grandois.
Is that even a French word? Like,
Grandiose. I guess that's the real.
Omelette du fromage.
Omelette du
That's an
fromage.
actual French.
And actual French. Right.
I mean, I don't know. I mean, I said all I could last week, but like best experiences. Actually, I can update that best experience with this year's Acen.
Really?
So yeah, you know the story. So the story is, as you know, yesterday, Friday the 18th, was the Fauna concert, and I had a full intention to get the Fauna members' autographs and all that, and I was actually given information that there was merch being sold right after the concert. It was kind of just hidden in the corner, and I never realized that. So I was already up in my room, and they were telling me all this. I'm like, oh crap, I can actually go down and get some merch. And when I ran, I just went full speed. Full speed, ran down there, and I accidentally ran into somebody. And not only was that somebody I guess a cute girl and all that, or a woman, it was actually the lead singer of Fauna, Tawana. For future references, I apologize, Tawana, if you're ever listening to us in any universe.
Probably not.
Probably not, but I apologize for bumping into you, for me being a dirty foreigner. But I didn't actually realize it was her until everything was sort of like, after the dust settled.
Yeah.
And I fully realized who she was, because she's actually a lot shorter in person. Like, I'm 5'4", and she was a good like maybe 4'10". And I'd say that was the best experience for me, because I've never really interacted with a famous person.
I mean, you didn't really interact.
I mean, I bumped into her, and I could have. I wouldn't say I messed up her day, but it was a bit of a inconvenience.
I mean,
maybe.
some would argue you had your anime moment.
I guess I just didn't.
You didn't act on it.
I didn't act on it. I mean, I'm not a main character, unfortunately.
You certainly didn't attempt to be a main character. You fucked up, Jamal.
No, not at all. But it was all good though. I mean, it wasn't too bad of a deal.
Yo.
Hey, what's up, man? We got another guest over here.
Actually, I know this fucker
do you?
personally.
You guys doing your podcast?
That we are.
You were doing it here. Is it okay if I join?
You
no.
sure can.
Yeah, of course. We already had a couple people come up to us.
Yeah, that's right.
Awesome. What are you guys talking about right now?
We're talking about our. We originally talked about tips for your first con, and since Matthias here wasn't with us for our last podcast when we talked about our first experiences, we were going over his and an update to his best experiences. So since you're here, let's talk about your best experiences with cons.
Well, I'd say that basically just getting somewhat inebriated definitely helps, because you're able to enjoy some of the stuff.
Of course, responsibly.
Yeah, of course. Like, you want to make sure you have water and food on you at all times.
Right.
And the thing is just like when you get like that, when you go to a con, you always just want to have a good time. Like that's the most important thing. Like, just let yourself enjoy yourself, and just make sure you're not interrupting anyone else's like fun time.
Right.
And I mean, that honestly, just like being able to like meet people you already know or met online is honestly one of the best con experiences ever.
Right.
But
Yo. But yeah, that's good to hear, Troy. By the way, his name is Troy. I went to college with him for some time before I had to take a leave because money's dumb. How about your worst experiences, Troy?
Oh, best and worst, honestly.
Or best or worst? Best and worst, yeah.
last year at Midwest, I experienced what you call browning out.
Oh.
And if you've ever seen It's Always Sunny, it's when you black out, but you still remember what happened in between when you started drinking and when you stopped drinking. And basically, I didn't do anything illegal, don't get me wrong, but I'm just saying, I couldn't remember most of what I did, and that's never a good time.
That you always make sure that you drink well within your limit, because you never know what's gonna happen here with all these people.
Definitely.
But luckily you're still alive. Luckily you didn't kill anybody.
I haven't
hopefully done anything to anybody.
Yeah, I mean, I haven't done anything yet. Luckily I'm sober enough where I know what I'm doing. I just came back from at the outdoor rave over there by the circle area.
Yeah.
I was chilling with some friends, but they had to dip. They said they were going to be back, but I haven't seen them for a while.
Happens. People
I-
dipping in and out.
Yeah.
What about your best experience?
At this con or just in general?
Just in general.
Well, actually, a few good experiences that I've had. It's hard to rate them.
Yeah.
But one of them was meeting my friend 40 Auras. He's him and two of his friends. Well, his wife, his sister-in-law. They do a JoJo's cosplay. They always they generally gravitate towards JoJo's. But
Okay.
I'm meeting them last year at Acen in Midwest was good. Mm-hmm. And actually, yesterday I met Roger's Base. He's actually the most popular One Piece YouTuber. He does a lot of live readings, analysis,
Oh, okay.
and One Piece conspiracy theories. I actually ran into him on accident, which is pretty cool.
Right, you told me about it earlier.
Yeah, that's right. But yeah, definitely one of my better surprises and better times was meeting you, Duran, unexpectedly without even knowing.
Oh yeah, well, I actually ran into Chris earlier.
Really?
Yeah.
I forgot he went here, honestly.
Yeah. Chris is my we call him senpai. He's one of my upperclassmen from college that graduated before.
He's
before
my
me.
senpai's senpai,
Yeah.
if you will.
Super senpai.
Super senpai.
Yeah, exactly. Senpai squared, if anything.
Yeah. You honestly run into a lot of people here.
Yeah.
Thank you very much. No, you're good. You're all right. You're all right. I don't know. Security's having some sort of funk right now. I don't know.
That's actually the police.
The police. Oh boy.
Either someone almost died or they got caught doing something illegal.
So the usual.
Both.
Yeah, I mean,
Since, again, we were saying earlier, a lot of people take a lot of drugs before they head to the rave.
There's a lot of liberties that take place
lot of liberties.
around con season in general.
So that's why we said you got to be careful because you never know what's gonna happen.
make sure you only drink from your own cup that you know no one else has touched.
Definitely.
You think that it's more surprising than it is here than any other place.
I mean, because it's an absolute mess out there.
Is there anything else you guys have been talking about? Anything
No.
I can weigh in on?
Planning. We went over what was it? Planning for your first con. Budgeting your food, budgeting what cosplay you're gonna wear. Making sure you're getting your hotel
Like a good advance reservation.
well in advance. Because it gets hella expensive. Are you doing a hotel?
Oh yeah, I'm in a hotel right now. One of my buddies, Ernesto, he booked it.
Yeah.
We tried to get the Hyatt. We even tried to get Crown like we did last year, but we had to go to Lowe's, which is like a half-mile walk, maybe less. But as far as I can say with budgeting and food, I just packed two people brought each a case of water. You probably only need one.
Right. Smart.
But
smart.
I prepared 6 peanut butter and jellies, and I've been good. I bootlegged that. I've been bootlegging it all con. As for cosplay, you'd be surprised how little it costs, aside from makeup.
Yeah.
And as long as your character has something that a lot of people notice, you'll be fine.
I mean, even if they don't necessarily if you, let's say you're into some real obscure shit, don't be afraid to represent it. Even if no one knows what it is, because I mean, you're here to have fun and enjoy your own stuff. So why the hell not, right?
Exactly. Earlier, today and yesterday, I was Senku from Dr. Stone, and not a lot of people read Dr. Stone.
Right.
I didn't even have the wig. A lot of people noticed the general getup that I was wearing.
Oh, okay.
So that was nice. I got a little bit under 10 people noticing me.
Hey, honestly, all it takes is one, and it makes it feel amazing.
Definitely.
Unfortunately, I guess outside of you, since you're on the Facebook page for the podcast, no one else has noticed who we are.
Hey, let me just say this: everyone starts somewhere.
That's right, and this is, I guess, our first. Yeah, it literally is our first big event.
And this is our first road show, I guess.
Yeah, first road show. Hopefully, first of many, but first nonetheless.
Look, Jerron, if I can fucking start from one like on a JoJo meme page, you guys can get a ton
You're
of
right.
views.
You're absolutely right.
If you ever need me to promote, I got you.
Hey, I certainly appreciate it.
But I don't know if there's anything. I don't know what's going on with me tonight. It's like my data's cut out. No one's texting me, obviously. Because of
Right.
this. But I'm glad I ran into you guys.
Yeah,
Hopefully, you all have a good night. Be responsible.
will do. All right, take care, Troy.
Oh man, a lot of good points. A lot of
A lot of good points.
a lot
Exactly.
of good topics covered. A lot of good advice from, I guess, from all of us. For those who stepped in and spoke about
Right.
what they wanted to say.
But how long we been running? We don't want to talk your ear off just in case. You got something better going on.
You probably have something to do better going on.
Obviously, but
But we've actually been going around for about an hour and 5, which is
All right.
pretty good. That's about our standard rate there, right there.
that's right.
So, as always, guys, thank you for listening. Thank you for downloading. Always follow us on social media.
Our Facebook, our Twitter, our YouTube. Find us on iHeartRadio, Google Play, iTunes, all that stuff. Smash that like button on YouTube.
Can we get like one like?
One like, just period. That's all. We'll love you forever.
No.
But all
3
that,
million likes.
huh?
3 million.
3 million likes from the same person. Just keep pressing the button over and
Just
over.
make 3 million accounts.
There you go. 3 million
Keep
accounts.
making more accounts.
Yeah. YouTube can't catch you. Okay, they probably can. YouTube's pretty good at what they do.
Yeah. As always, guys, my name is Jamal Socorro.
My name's Jerron Caddis, and we were
What's your name?
Matthias Kniezel.
Yeah,
Say it like you mean it.
Matthias
Here,
Kniezel.
I'll start over here.
here, get in there.
Hey, what's up?
Here, I'll start over. I'll start over for you. My name, as always, guys, my name's Jamal Socorro.
My name's Jerron Gaddis.
And my name's Matthias Kniezel.
There we go.
And we are the Wannabe Boo podcast, bringing the latest and greatest gaming anime news, reviews, and waifus for life.
Thanks for listening, guys, and we'll talk to you later.
Peace out.